This is VOA News. Reporting remotely, I'm David Byrd. The U.S. Senate is moving toward passing a massive rescue package to help Americans hit hard by the coronavirus pandemic's economic impact. AP Washington correspondent Sagra Meghani reports.
Democrats say they push for the bill to help replace salaries of furloughed workers for 4 months rather than the 3 months first proposed. The bill now calls for those workers to get the usual state unemployment pay plus $600 a week. So-called gig workers, like Uber drivers, are covered for the first time under what Senate Democratic Chief Chuck Schumer calls unemployment insurance on steroids.
A social safety net wide enough to catch the millions of American workers who became unemployed virtually overnight.
After days of tense talks, Republican leader Mitch McConnell says the Senate's now done its part.
It's the American people who will beat this virus.
Sagar Meghani, Washington.
The debate continues on when is the best time to get the country back to normal. AP's Shelley Adler reports.
Asked about President Trump's hope of reopening the country by Easter, Boston Mayor Marty Walsh says,
our focus should be on saving lives, preventing the spread of the virus, because every single life is worth saving.
That question was also put to Democratic presidential candidate Joe Biden.
The only way we'll fully solve the economic challenges is by first solving the public health crisis.
And New York Governor Andrew Cuomo has a compromise.
Start that economy by bringing in those recovered people, those younger people who are less at risk.
I'm Shelley Adler.
For more on these stories and the rest of the day's news, visit our website, voanews.com. This is VOA News. The Islamic State militant group claimed responsibility for an attack on a Sikh religious complex in the Afghan capital of Kabul Wednesday, which killed at least 25 people. Reuters' Emer McCarthy has more.
At least 25 people have been killed after unidentified gunmen and suicide bombers raided a Sikh religious complex in the Afghan capital of Kabul on Wednesday. The government said security forces killed all the attackers. Sikhs have been the target of attacks by Islamist militants before in South Asia. On Twitter, a Taliban spokesman denied responsibility for the attack. The killings come just a day after the United States said it would cut aid to the Afghan government by $1 billion over frustration that feuding political leaders could not reach an agreement and form a team to negotiate with the Taliban. Human rights organizations and countries including the United States, India and Pakistan have condemned the attack.
Turkey is charging 20 suspects in connection with the 2018 killing of journalist Jamal Khashoggi. The Istanbul prosecutor's office said its indictment includes accusing Saudi Arabia's former deputy intelligence chief and a royal court advisor of instigating murder. The other 18 suspects are charged with deliberate murder. Saudi officials have denied accusations by some Western governments that Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman ordered the killing. Prince Charles, the 71-year-old heir to the British throne, has tested positive for the coronavirus. Reuters' Edward Barron has more.
Charles, eldest son of Queen Elizabeth, is 71 years old. A statesman said the prince has been displaying mild symptoms, but otherwise remains in good health and has been working from home throughout the last few days as usual. Camilla, the Duchess of Cornwall, has also been tested but does not have the virus. The prince and his wife are self-isolating at home in Scotland. The statement added that it's not possible to ascertain from who the prince caught the virus, owing to the high number of engagements he carried out in his public role during recent weeks.
Russian President Vladimir Putin has postponed an April 22nd vote on sweeping constitutional changes that could allow him to remain in power until 2036 because of concerns over the coronavirus outbreak. Speaking in a live television broadcast on Wednesday, Putin said a new date for balloting will be determined based on the recommendations of health experts. Russians were scheduled to vote on the package of amendments to the Constitution, the most substantive changes to the document since its adoption 27 years ago. For more on these stories and the rest of the day's news, visit our website, voanews.com. Reporting via remote, I'm David Byrd, VOA News.